Hello. The price of Bitcoin is $34,123, and we've got some significant profits here on the market. Yesterday, we had a whole debacle when the IBTC ticker was removed from the DTCC platform. What does that mean? I'm going to explain it in today's video because that ticker symbol is back, the hysteria is over, and Bitcoin looks primed for another move to the upside. Right now, Bitcoin is forming a huge bull pennant, and today I'm going to explain what we can expect from this trading formation. The current price of Bitcoin is $34,117. So if you wouldn't mind, drop a like on today's video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. If you want the biggest gains, if you want the best gains in the next crypto bull run, start paying attention 4 months ago because we're already fairly way of a way into it. As I've explained many times before, the best way to profit from a bull run is be in before the bull run starts. Now, the bull run is starting at this point in time. We can confirm that. We're above the price where Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX collapsed and the price of Bitcoin dropped from $30,000 down to $16,000. We've passed the point in time of which Luna collapsed when Bitcoin's price was $32,000, and that took the price of Bitcoin down to $20,000. These two major events have been what people consider to be setting back the crypto industry years. However, crypto rebounds and it goes much faster than what people think. We're on the edge of the Fed printing more money. We're on the edge of the rate hikes completely stopping in favor of rate decreases on the interest rates. Government bonds, for example, they're paying out too much interest right now. The entire market is about to pop off. Bitcoin halving happening in less than 180 days. And there is one more thing, which is, of course, the Bitcoin ETF, which is about to be approved. Now, all of these things together make for what could potentially be the biggest bull run that we've ever seen in the crypto space. So do drop a like, make sure you subscribe, share this video with a friend if you want them to be on board for the next crypto bull run, and let's crack on. So first things first, of course, Bitcoin's price, $34,133. It is bull pennanting out right now. We were just rejected from a breakout on the 30-minute chart, basically insinuating that this is going to go right to the wire here with up to 6 hours left on this pennant here before the pennant closes, and either we break to the downside or we break to the upside. Now, my expectation from this is, again, this is a typical bull pennant. We have an upside target here, and if I was to be educatedly guessing, today is Wednesday. Now, I said earlier this week, Monday will be an up day, Tuesday will be a flat day, and Wednesday will be an up day. Today should be an up day, and that's why I'm filming this video first thing in the morning, because I think it probably will be an update. And so I'm going to explain now the downside levels of which to watch, because in order to make a profit, first we must protect ourselves from making a loss. And where are those levels of which we need to watch on the downside? It'd literally be a break to the downside of this level of support here, which is currently sat around $33,790. We start breaking below $33,790. Well, we've got a low side support here of approximately $33,400. If we were to lose $33,400 at this point in time, you would start looking at this and going, okay, perhaps there is some element of support down here within this lower level. That could perhaps take us as low as $33,175, potentially even as low as $32,904. But if we lost $32,904, it's all over. That's kind of the last bastion of hope. Now we've got the downside out of the way. What is the potential upside for Bitcoin? Because that is where things get exciting at this moment in time. That would basically mean Bitcoin's price has to break above $34,300. When we start trading above $34,300, we start looking for the highs again, around $34,800 to $35,000. And look at this. If we zoom out on this chart here, go to the daily chart rather than the half-an-hour chart and zoom out, what does a break of $35,000 look like? Well, once you've broken through that $35,000 range, and this is where $35,000 is on the chart, pretty much exactly, you can see that from $35,000, that actually breaks us back into the previous trading range. And last time we lost where this dotted line is, last time we lost this level of support, we dropped down very significantly, all the way down to $24,000 last time we lost this level of support. So having made the move down all in one go, my theory is all based around making the move up again, all in one go. So my target for this trade at this moment in time remains this up here, this purple line. It looks like it's white on the camera, but it's about $37,000 $22,000. That is my cash out target for my open trades right now. And what trades do I have open? These are the trades that I've got open. A $1.2 million long position on the price of Bitcoin that is currently $42,900 in a profit, with $47,000 profit already taken. And I also have this long position open here when the screen loads. This is on BitGet. You'll find a link for BitGet in today's video description. BitGet is a fantastic exchange platform. If you are in the UK, they do accept UK users. So I know everybody got locked out of BYBIT recently, but just from an educational standpoint, you can actually use BitGet here in the UK. They do accept UK customers, and you'll find a link for it in today's video description. If you use that link for BitGet, you do get some kind of bonuses and whatnot, but really it's more of just the fact that you can keep trading and you can use BitGet. You'll find a link for it in today's video description. The whole TMG community is currently signing up to BitGet, so check it out. This trade that I've got open here is in a $23,000 profit. The liquidation point on it is $29,576 because, again, it's quite highly leveraged, and I've only got $2,000 worth of margin in a trade worth $208,000. That's a lot of leverage to be using, but it's also important to point out I do have a lot more leverage that I could potentially use within the account because it's $23,000 worth of liquid profit I could take, and at the same time combined asset value of $26,000. What's most interesting about this trade here is I actually only used $2,000 to make $23,000. I just timed it really well. So I noticed about 1 a.m. one day, oh, this looks like it's going to pump. I'd better increase the size of my trade. So rather than sleeping one night, I just decided to whack up the size of the trade to $200,000 and try and really add to the size of the account, and that worked really well. It's not difficult to make large amounts of money in crypto. You've just got to be there with your timing. If your timing's off, it can get really expensive really quickly. If your timing is good, you'll make a lot of money. That's just the way it is. Sometimes timing's good, sometimes timing's bad. I mean, look what good timing pays. There's basically 100K between these two trades, plus an extra 22K or whatever it is on this trade. So it's 120K. It's not a bad day's work to say that it's only taken 3 days to make that amount of money. Now, the question is, at this point in time, what do we happen from here? My guess is that I think people are starting to go short. And so from that perspective, that's why the funding rate is holding here at 0.01. That indicates a healthy market with people betting against the trend still. On BitGet, there is more people going long, but on BYBIT, which is a larger exchange overall, and by the way, you'll find a link for BYBIT in today's video description as well. If you've not already got a BYBIT account, check it out. You get a nice deposit bonus of up to $30,000 and a free $1,000 trade if you use the link in today's video description. But on BYBIT, the funding rate is even. That's pretty good because it shows people are going short at these levels, which means if Bitcoin was to make another push to the upside, which I expect it probably will do, given that it's already broken through this level of resistance, then in that scenario, you end up with a bunch more liquidations and the price getting pushed higher, maybe as high as $39,000, because look, at $37,000, that's going to liquidate everybody with a 10x leverage short position at these prices, because the price would pump up and liquidate them, because it only needs to move about $3,000 to liquidate a 10x leverage position. But imagine if you went short at resistance here, and that's really what I'm looking at. That's $1,000 below the current price of $34,100. Resistance was at $32,800. So if you went short at resistance and you're currently hoping that the price goes down, of which, remember, $170 million worth of short positions will be liquidated when we pass through this level of resistance, meaning that other people will have decreased the size of their trade and added to it. Those people could potentially get squeezed out if the price of Bitcoin was to keep rallying to the upside. And then you don't rely on buying demand for Bitcoin. You rely on people getting liquidated. So in the scenario where you don't have maybe a lot of bullish buying pressure, people still waiting for the ETF news, if Bitcoin's price gets pushed past a certain level, you will see the price of Bitcoin increasing because people are closing their short positions. And what happens when you close a short position? You have to buy back into the market at the price of where Bitcoin is. So if Bitcoin's price starts increasing and you're betting the price is going down, you're going to end up paying more for that Bitcoin to return those Bitcoins within the trade, and that'll in turn push up buying demand for Bitcoin. And it works in a very interesting way, but you can have a lot of people that are interested in making the price of something go down, and actually that then makes the price of it go up because there was a lot of short liquidity from people going long, but actually then they kept going long and then those shorts get wrecked. Same thing in the opposite direction of what a bear market is. Because if you bet the price is going up and then it keeps going down, you keep adding to it and eventually it gets liquidated. That's one of the things that can happen if you're on the wrong side of a trade. So just be careful. But today we've kind of established what's going on with the price of Bitcoin, but I want to discuss what went on here. So the other day we saw the news that BlackRock's iShares gained a ticker symbol, igniting speculation of impending approval. And then a few hours later, BlackRock's IBTC stock ticker was temporarily removed off of the website, is a tweet that I made. A lot of people said, temporarily, temporarily, like thinking that I was joking. And I was genuinely thinking at the time, look, this is a temporary change. Then we reported it on Crypto Saving Experts News, and it caused the price of Bitcoin to tumble 3% in just a matter of minutes. Then in a few moments later, ARK Spot Bitcoin ETF was added to the DTCC website, as well as returning the original Bitcoin ETF back to the website. And from there, we saw the price of Bitcoin re-increase because now there is 2 Bitcoin ETFs listed on the DTCC's website. It's been a crazy period of time for the DTCC, considering that literally 2 days ago, nobody knew what that was, and now everybody is a DTCC expert, so that's quite nice. And then, finally in today's cryptocurrency news, MicroStrategy is flexing a $700 million unrealized profit on Bitcoin holdings. This guy, that could be you if you'd paid attention to Bitcoin sooner. However, you are paying attention to Bitcoin now, so don't miss out on it. Don't miss out on this impending bull run. Even if the price was to drop from here, we just got to keep an eye on those levels of support, because those levels of support, if we were to drop from here, will become buy zones, and those buy zones will get even more attractive than what they already are. So say, for example, we drop back down and we hit, say, $32,500 or whatever, and I've closed my trade by the point of which we've lost this level of support here at $33,800. If that scenario arised, I'd be going long again off of around $32,500. Current price being $34,000. There's so many different moves that you can make in a market like this. It is just important to consider that like nobody knows exactly what's going to happen next. This price can get a little bit sketchy at times, but if you think that the price of Bitcoin is high, all you need to do to reassure yourself that it's not high is just zoom out on a chart and look how Bitcoin actually moves. Typically, when it moves all in one go. It doesn't tend to move a little bit at a time, doesn't Bitcoin, especially during a bull run, because when during a bull run, it tends to move all in one go. And when you have a direction change, that direction change generally sticks. So right now we're going up, just like we did at the start of the bull run, whereby this is only like a period of time of about 180 days. This here is a period of time of about 7 days. It does it all in one go, and then you end up with these flat bits in between. Flat bit, flat bit, flat bit. We've been through a long flat bit. This was a year's sideways. People going, oh yeah, but the price still needs to catch up, or whatever nonsense people come up with these days. We've had that sideways period. The sideways period is over. The volatility is coming back. The Bitcoin ETF is likely going to get approved, probably within the next couple of weeks. It could even be within the next 24-hour period. My guess on Monday was that it does actually happen today. So we will see if that happens. But the key things to be looking at in the market right now are the fundamentals. Bitcoin ETF on the way. The target rate for probabilities on the next Fed meeting on the 1st of November 2023 is a 2.8% chance of a rate decrease and a 97% chance of no rate change. This is also very bullish news for crypto. Another very bullish piece of news is about the 10-year US Treasury note that I've mentioned in the past. If we don't look at the daily chart, but we look at like the 6-month chart here, you can see that the higher that this rate goes, the more that the Fed is likely to either have to print money or decrease interest rates. Because if this rate keeps growing here, the Fed is paying out too much interest on its 10-year US Treasury notes, and that's costing them an absolute fortune. So they don't want that to happen. They want to calm that down. So they're likely to increase or decrease inflation, or rather, they can't decrease inflation, but they can certainly print a little bit of money and decrease interest rates. And that's probably what's going to happen, especially when you look at stuff like the US dollar right now. I apologize for going on so much, but the US dollar keeps pumping in price. However, it's not going to continue in that fashion. You can see the other day, I drew this level of resistance. We've broken above it in theory, but we've not actually, because it's not actually a straight line. If we actually was to plot that, you can see that we're actually below this level of resistance right now, which is why it's always important to plot your lines correctly. It's had a nice bounce over the course of the past couple of days of DXY, which is a value of $1 against itself. So if this chart's going up, the value of the dollar's going up, meaning that more people are putting money into the banks, essentially, because it's empowering the dollar. When this chart's going down, it's good for Bitcoin. I think this chart's going to head back down pretty gosh darn soon. I think it's peaking right now, because when you zoom out on the US dollar valuation chart, you can see that it's already down pretty bad overall since the kind of bear market, bull market, whatever. It does look like it's bull flagging right now, but it wouldn't surprise me if we have another break to the downside fairly soon on the DXY. So having covered all of that, I think Bitcoin's going to have a move to the upside again today, perhaps as high as $35,000. I'm positioned long. How are you positioned? Let me know in the comments below. If you are interested in trading, check out BYBIT. You'll find a link for it in today's video description as well. And if you're in the UK, you can use BITGET. If you want to, you'll find a link for that in today's video description. All you need to do is sign up, complete KYC. They have a mobile app, but it's way easier to sign up. First of all, do it all on the computer. Click the link on this video and make an account and whatnot. So on that note, have a great day. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.